Welcome to McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, home of the Ramblers and the Gold Star rated Little Wheels preschool program, where the youngest members start strong, surrounded by the care and support they need to thrive. And McBain, we're technology leaders, providing each student with one-to-one Apple devices to power their learning journey. And it's not just about academics. The award-winning band and choir programs let students explore their talents and share their voice. McBain students are taught to feel the wheel. They're welcoming, honest, engaged, empathetic, and leaders who are prepared for their future. McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, where students learn locally and compete globally.
And good Friday evening, everybody, and welcome to the raucous gym here at Manton High School for tonight's presentation of Boys Highland Conference varsity basketball action here on 107.9 CDY. Alongside my longtime broadcast partner, good friend, and all-around Renaissance man, Gary Hawkeye Vanna. I am merely Jay Simon, thrilled to be with you for this one. We're coming to you live from the Burkholder Family Funeral Home broadcast booth, high up above the floor here. We've got the stands in front of us, the McBain faithful right below us, the Manton faithful on the far side, and it is a terrific atmosphere here in the Pluger Mechanical pregame show. Licensed and insured for new installations, HVAC services, and light plumbing. Call Aaron at 231-282-3194. That's 282-3194. Well, Hawkeye, this is going to be a terrific one tonight. Two teams that have a long history and have battled for the Highland Conference in the past. The Rangers kind of out of it this year, but they can still play spoiler because boy, oh boy, the top of the Highland Conference, thanks to a big win earlier this week, has just gotten a little tighter.
Yeah, it has. McBain Ramblers, by percentage points, are in first place because they played one more game in the Highland Conference than Beal. But on all intents and purposes, it's a three-way tie at the top of the thing at the conference. I was talking to Clayton Hooker, and I said, you know what, next week you're going to be playing against Beal on Wednesday, and do you realize that you're either after that game in first place or you're in third?
Yep, absolutely. McBain is 9-1 in conference play right now. They come into this contest 12-1. Their only loss on the road against the Beal City Aggies. Aggies closing that game to go from one down to a 9-point win with a 10-0 run. But as you mentioned, Hawkeye, it's the 4th. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I thought it was Tuesday.
Girls are Wednesday. You're right.
Okay.
There's
so the boys will play on Tuesday night. They'll get the Aggies at home, and we were looking at that contest previously as a very important one for the Ramblers to at least gain a share of the conference title by splitting the season series with the Aggies and winning out in the rest of their games. But the Everett Wildcats did them a huge favor with a big win earlier this week. Everett sits at 8-2. Beal City sits at 8-1, and the Pine River Bucks are still right there at 7-2. So it is a 4-team race, and it's anybody's ball game. And the thing is, a game like tonight against these Rangers on their home turf, you just can't overlook it, because while you do have to care about your games remaining, and McBain has a game remaining with all three of those opponents, Beal City, Everett, and Pine River, you have to take care of the other business. They've still got NMC at home, and they've got a game with the Manton Rangers tonight. Can't win the title if you don't win the rest of them. So,
well, I know that last night there was a game between the McBain girls, who only had one loss in the conference, ironically to Beal City also, and they came in here, they beat Manton by 20 points the first time the two teams met. This pep band, which I'm going to say is the best high school pep band in class Division III. All Division III, no one has a better pep band than what Manton's bringing tonight. This atmosphere, this crowd, this energy that they're bringing to them, that you can see that the school's really focused on student involvement into the athletics. That is going to be a bigger factor than they realize. Manton was not supposed to beat our girls yesterday. They came out and annihilated them. They were up by 30 at one point, ended up winning by 19, held McBain to only 4 points in the second quarter. Ramblers, they're a little bit of a up and down. They played Lake City on Wednesday, and in that game, halftime score 17-14. McBain has come off slow. They have not been playing with the intensity they need to, and I don't know. The energy Manton's bringing tonight, the excitement, the band, and if McBain comes out flat, all bets are off.
Yeah, these two teams did meet on McBain's home floor back on December 11th, and the Ramblers took care of business, 64-35, a near 30-point drubbing on their home court. But like you said, you just can't overlook anybody. And this is a tough place to play. The Ranger faithful are out here in force. As you mentioned, that pep band under the direction of my daughter's former flute instructor, Michelle, and her last name has fallen out of my head and I feel terrible about it, is absolutely phenomenal. I think that's still her over there. And they're right there over in the corner where the Rangers will be shooting in the second half in front of their own bench. So it's going to be a tough first half trying to play defense. It's going to be a tough first half trying to play offense in front of that band, and in second half with playing defense in front of them, because those students on that side, the student section's right next to them, the pep band is right there, are going to definitely be involved in this one.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's like there's snow coming right now. They have these fantastic banners all around.
Yes.
There's no doubt who they're rooting for in their opinion about the McBain Ramblers. Kathy's favorite, of course, it says that McBain eats grain is
Facts.
one of her signs.
Facts. It's facts. You can't argue with facts. This has been the Pfluger Mechanical pregame show, licensed and insured for new installations, HVAC services, and light plumbing. Call Aaron, 231-282-3194. That's 282-3194. Head coach Brandon Herline talking to his charges and his staff. Of course, head coach and Hall of Famer Bruce Koopman. It's like he's paying off a ball, but what's he doing up there?
Hey, that's one of the officials for the Kansas City Chiefs.
It is. Look at that. He's handing cash to. That's so weird.
Did you see who he has as a consultant on the bench now?
No, you'll have to.
Todd Hamlet.
Oh, Todd Hamlet, he does, yeah. I tried to get Todd to do the game with me last Friday, and he kept shaking me off, and then I figured out why. He was on the bench. We're going to get the, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, last year in the state semifinals, he felt bad about using timeouts, and he wanted to put someone on the bench that would stand up to him and tell him, no, this is what you got to do. That's why he picked Todd Hamlet for this year. Someone he trusted, respected.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to stay right here for the national anthem as the pep band plays it. Let's listen in. Absolutely terrific. As Hawkeye mentioned, probably the best pep band in the Highland Conference. I don't think McBain has one. I know they've got them out there at football season. Sometimes part of the band is out there, and that's a great band too. But
Or homecoming.
we don't have them. Yeah, there you go. But this pep band, and we've seen them a number of times coming here to man, just terrific. Great group of kids. Nuffler. Michelle Nuffler? Nuffer? Michelle Nuffer, I think that's her name. And I hope she's still there, and I hope that's right. In any case, I'll ask my daughter later. Time now for the Northern Truck Service starting lineups for your diesel engine needs. Add Northern Truck Service to your starting lineup.
Starting for your Mountain Rangers, number 2, McCoy Hicks. Number 3, Caleb Musselman. Number 4, Jackson Solani. Number 32, Reese Traxler. And number 33, Jackson Schaub. For your McBain Ramblers, the names will be familiar. Number 3, Colton Haberkamp. Brent Ealing. Sorry, they took the lights out, so I don't have the numbers in front of me. Clayton Hooker, Aiden Cucci, and the coach on the floor, four-year starter, Mr. Benjamin Rodenbaugh McNally.
Hawkeye, I got to tell you, I absolutely love it when a school does this. This is what athletics is all about. This is your home floor. It's not the playoffs yet. I get that the MHSAA wants everything neutral for that. That's fine. But doggone it, this is a home game. Have fun with it. Right now, the lights are out. There is a spotlight on the Ranger bench. And the PA announcer is announcing these kids one by one. The crowd is into it. You got the flashlights on the phones from the pep band and the student section across the way. They are into it. The only thing missing, and I don't mean to be critical to whoever their PA announcer is, but I need a little more Detroit Pistons flavor when you're announcing these kids, man. Get gravelly. Get a little more excited about it. Ah.
You know who does a great job of that? Jeff Hingston at Lake City.
Jeff Hingston at Lake City does a terrific job of that, 100%. You are the home PA announcer. Act like the home PA announcer. You're not being disrespectful to the other team. You're just excited about your kids. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I love it. I love it. I did it for one season for NMC, and it was the most fun I had doing anything. It was awesome. Anyway.
I don't want to date myself, but is Mason still the PA announcer?
I honestly don't know, but that's who I'm thinking of, yeah. Detroit basketball. Oh, my God.
Jonathan Phillips.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Now everybody knows how officially old we are. Let's get the tip. Controlled by the Ramblers. Rodenbaugh to Hooker. And back to Rodenbaugh to run the offense. Ramblers going left to right across your radio dial, wearing their road dark green uniforms with the black and gold trim. Here's Clayton Hooker. Over to Ealing on the right wing. Top side for Cucci. Over to Rodenbaugh. Rangers in a man-to-man. Down low for Ealing. He'll kick it out. Ramblers are reset. Rodenbaugh working against Jackson Solani. Aiden Cucci, top side for Hooker. Swung over to Rodenbaugh left wing. Ramblers running that motion offense. Haverkamp to Hooker on the right wing. Ealing battling down low for position against Musselman. Rodenbaugh on the right block. Rodenbaugh into the middle, stripped by Musselman. Here come the Rangers. Quickly, here's Hicks, and we're going to get a travel call as McCoy Hicks, the lone sophomore on this Ranger roster. They've only got 4 seniors. It is a host of juniors under head coach Brandon Herline.
You can see the Rangers are bringing up the defensive intensity you did not see the first time these two teams met.
Well, that's what you get when you're playing in front of the home crowd, no doubt about it. Hooker bounce pass over to Rodenbaugh left wing. Down low, Cucci. Fall-away jumper won't go. Rebound skied for by Jackson Schaub, one of those aforementioned seniors. Rangers with their first clean offensive possession of the game. Schaub working against Cucci. Dribbles down to the near right baseline. Flips it topside for Hicks. Wide open. Lefty three is no good, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Musselman. It'll be rammed with basketball. Head coach Brandon Herline, fine basketball player himself. I've had the misfortune of trying to guard him on a Sunday night. Rodenbaugh will get it to Hooker at the top of the key. Hooker looking to try to get it down low to Rodenbaugh. Now he'll send it over to Ealing. And now we're going to get an offensive foul on the Ramblers. This is going to be on Clayton Hooker, the sophomore. The offensive foul, first on the Ramblers, first on Clayton. 6:12 to go, no score here in Manton as Schaub will bring it over the timeline. Going right to left are the Rangers in their home white uniforms, black and orange trim. Pass intended, I think, for a cutting Hicks to the top of the key, but Hicks wasn't there yet. Schaub's pass goes into the scorer's table. It'll be Rambler basketball.
I've noticed that Schaub is doing a lot of wraparound type passes with his height. He's not trying to go over top anyone, but throw through them. And that maybe is something McBain will be able to pick up later.
Yeah, I can't tell how tall Schaub is, but Cucci, who I think is only 6'6", is towering over him. Speaking of Cucci, here's a straightaway three that hits front iron, but Rodenbaugh chases it down and now leaps, knocks it off the leg of the Rangers McCoy Hicks, and he'll retain possession. He'll also trigger under their own basket. Gets it into Hooker in the middle. Hooker turning, firing, and he gets it to go. The hoop and the harm. As Clayton Hooker sliding across the lane with the right-handed fall-away jumper has a three-point opportunity.
Hooker has a plethora of moves that move underneath the box there, and if you don't double team him when he gets down that low, he should be able to eat you up all day. Even if he misses it, he will get the foul.
Hooker's able to convert. It's a 3-0 Rambler lead, 5:35 to go here in this first quarter. Schaub through the Rangers star at midcourt. Left-handed pass. Down low, little shot down to Hicks. Great pass back into the middle of the lane for Jackson Solani, who lays it up and in. McCoy Hicks with a beautiful left-handed wraparound pass as he flew under the basket. Here's Hooker on the other side. Hooker able to get inside of Reese Traxler, gets it up off the glass and answers. 5-2, Ramblers, 5:05 to go here in the first. Schaub with the blow-by. Blocked, but he'll get the foul on the ground, so this will be Ranger basketball under their own basket.
Quick little scatterbug guard right there is Schaub, and he did a good job getting right past Cucci.
Yeah, what he might lack in height, he's definitely got foot speed on everybody. He'll get the entry pass in to Musselman, who quickly puts it up and off the glass before Rodenbach can even respond, and it's a 5-4 McBain lead as we get inside 5 minutes to go here in the first. Ealing over to Rodenbach, free throw line extended far side. Back here to Haverkamp, open for three, good. Colton Haverkamp with the first Welch's Building LLC triple of the game for the Ramblers. 8-4, McBain 4.5 to go here in the first. Schaub working against Cucci, hands it off to Musselman. He'll take a fadeaway 15-footer, no good. Cucci with the rebound, Rodenbach over the timeline. He'll back it out. Over to Cucci, open for three. Nope, gives it up to Haverkamp, who fires. Front iron, no good, but Hooker with the weak side rebound. Putback is good. Clayton Hooker with his third bucket of the game. It's a 10-4 Rambler lead, 4:05 to go here in the first. Schaub trying to get it down to Solani, tapped away by the Ramblers. Up ahead for Cucci, who lays it in with the right hand, and we're going to get a timeout from the Rangers, along with a substitution. It'll be a 30. We'll keep it right here. Brandon Herline, of course, Hawkeye doing the well-known coach's maneuver of waiting till the last second to tell the referee which type of timeout you like, so you get those extra seconds.
Yeah, that's right. They know how to make a 30 last a whole minute.
They sure do. Every single coach knows how to do that.
Well, it was a very intense game, but really, Man's had no answer for Hookers. He's already got 7 points for the Ramblers on the block. And when he started going off, that has been the difference so far. And McBain's been a team of runs. Wouldn't be surprised to watch it back and forth for a little while again. And hopefully McBain might put another run together.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup for whoever the Rangers put on him down there. 3:45 to go here in the first. Ramblers lead it by 8. Here's Traxler at the right elbow, and we're going to get a foul as Schaub was running down the lane. We're going to get this on Cucci. So Cucci, trying to hang on and stay with Jackson Schaub, has committed his second foul, third on the Ramblers. They get it into Hicks, who lost the handle but manages to throw it off the leg of Haverkamp. So the Rangers will retain possession. Traxler to inbound on the far sideline. Into Hicks. Hicks trapped on the right corner. Now gives it up to Traxler. Traxler goes baseline. Nice look for Spencer Wold, who checks into the game. Wold able to save it. And the Rangers will reset. Schaub gets into the paint. Little floater won't go. A nice looking jumper there from 15 wouldn't go, but Haverkamp pulls down the board. Haverkamp over the timeline. He'll fire for three straight away. Off the mark. Rebound. Bodies off the floor. Rodenbach comes up with a loose ball. His jumper from 12 won't go. And Hold with the rebound. And then there's steal by Rodenbach. He goes for the flush. and leaves it short. Got blocked by the rim as he tried to go up with one hand off one foot. And then a foul on the Ramblers on the other end. After the rebound, Brett Ealing will pick up the foul. So a quick turn of events there. Ramblers look like they're going to have a dunk. Suddenly they've committed their fourth foul. Ranger basketball, 12-4 McBain, 2:50 to go here in the first.
McBain is switched up. Rodenball is now on Schwab.
And now we're going to get a Ranger offensive foul. This is going to be on Jackson Solani. And that'll be the first on the Rangers. Sorry, second on the Rangers.
Three-point specialist Joshua Rodenball checks in the game for McBain for Aiden Cucci.
Josh Rodenbaugh in Friday's game last week had a great run along with big brother Ben as they went on a 14-0 run themselves to separate themselves against Houghton Lake, and the Ramblers went on and finished that one off. 2.5 to go here in the first. Rodenbaugh trying to get it down low for Ealing, tapped away by Traxler, and he tracks it down. Rangers will reset to get the offense going. Schaub into the corner for Traxler, pump fakes on Hooker. Trying to get around him, now trying to step back. Steps through, gets it to Schaub. Schaub to a curling Wold for three, knocks it down. Spencer Wold from the right wing makes it a 12-7 Rambler lead. 2:03 to go here in this first quarter. Haverkamp, skip pass for Josh Rodenbaugh. Down on the baseline, Hooker. Hooker driving, reverse layup is good. Clayton Hooker with the nifty little move, and Traxler is going down to the ground. I don't know if he caught a knee or a foot to the groin maybe, or is holding his face. I'm not sure what happened here. I'm assuming that with all those legs going all over the place that Traxler might have caught something. Haven't figured out what Brandon's looking at yet. Coach Brandon Herline and a member of his staff are taking a peek. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break here. 14-7 McBain, minute 49 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this.
L&J Meat Market is just about the closest you can get to farm-to-table dining. Fill your freezer and fire up the grill with the exceptional taste and quality that only locally sourced meat can provide. Meat from L&J is carefully processed and prepared to be the freshest and most flavorful you'll taste. And L&J is committed to supporting local farmers. Buy by the pound or fill your freezer with money-saving beef, chicken, or sampler bundles and eat for months on end. L&J Meat Market is a proud supporter of McBain Ramblers Sports. Maury Road, just south of Lake City.
And welcome back to Manton High School. Jay Simon alongside Gary Hawkeye Vanna. Connor Hammer. Connor MC Hammer, our producer and engineer, turned the dials for us back in the studio. Boys Highland Conference basketball action here on 107.9 CDY, brought to you in part by Welch Building, LLC, McBain Public Schools, Northern Truck Service, McLean Transmission, and Huttinga Electric. Our sincere thanks to all of our broadcast partners. Ramblers lead at 14-7 with a minute 49 to go here in the first. We had a break in the action when we left you. Reese Traxler had gone to the floor and was in some obvious pain. We speculated that maybe he had caught a foot or knee to the groin or something. We weren't quite sure because he wasn't necessarily holding a part of the body that he had injured. But when Coach Herline and his staff came out to look him over, it was evidently an ankle. So I'm assuming he came down awkwardly or on somebody else's foot perhaps. But he has been helped off the court and to the locker room. So that's a big loss for the Rangers and Coach Herline, as Traxler is unavailable and in the locker room now. Tyler Harding, the senior, has checked into the game for Manton. Back underway. Schaub will bring it over the half court for the Rangers. Bounce pass to Hicks here on the left wing. Hicks, left-handed drive into the paint, trying to bounce pass it down low for Harding, and taken away by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh up ahead for Haverkamp, too far, and that goes out of bounds. The quarterback leading his receiver just a bit too far. Of course, I don't think Haverkamp played wide receiver. Hooker would have tracked that down, right?
That was the Cucci, wasn't it?
No, that was for Haverkamp.
Then, yeah. Trenton Brunick's checking in the game for the McBain Ramblers. He's been a rebounding machine since he started getting playing time.
And Rodenbaugh off the steal If he had scooped it up cleanly the first time, Hawkeye, we were looking at a dunk, but he missed it, picked it up, and then came down and Euro stepped his way to a foul. And we'll get the opportunity at the free throw line. Minute 16 to go here in this opening quarter. Rodenbaugh leaves the second one short. 15-7, McBain with the lead. Here comes Hicks. He'll back it out. Now he'll cross over to the left hand. Now he'll come back out again. Top side. Schaub partially blocked by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh the other way. Rodenbaugh uses his body to protect himself from Schaub. Lays it up and in on the right side. 17-7, McBain inside a minute to go here in the first. Rodenbaugh now defending Schaub. There's Hicks on the left wing, working against Haverkamp. Goes down the left side. Rodenbaugh comes over and rejects that into next week. Haverkamp gave him the left hand. McCoy Hicks took it, and Rodenbaugh came in from the cheap seats to send it to the other cheap seats. 42 seconds left here in the first. Schaub will inbound, trying to get it down low, and that pass picked up by Hooker. Hooker the other way. Hooker, the left hand lay-in is good. Clayton Hooker is having a huge first quarter, 11 points. It's a 19-7 McBain lead. Schaub again working against Rodenbaugh. Schaub is quick, but man, Rodenbaugh's got so much length on him. Schaub gets down to the free throw line, now trying to go back door for Solani. Lost the handle, gets it out to Hicks. Left-handed three is good. McCoy Hicks from the corner knocks down the second three-pointer of the game for Manton. Josh Rodenbaugh back to Ben, to Hooker. Hooker have to put it up, and he can't as Schaub knocks it away from him, and that is how the first quarter will come to an end. 19-10, McBain with the lead after one quarter of play. We'll take a break. Second quarter action coming your way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
McBain Transmissions in Lake City services vehicles, foreign and domestic, specializing in transmissions, transfer cases, differentials, high-performance driveline, 4x4s, clutches, and computer diagnostics. For anything transmission and quality used cars, it's McBain Transmissions on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 231-779-1394. That's 231-779-1394.
Truck Brokers of Cadillac has a new name and location. Allen's Auto and RV can now be found at the former Galvanics on M55 west of Cadillac. Here's what hasn't changed. A lot full of rust-free trucks, cars, and SUVs brought right here to the Cadillac area from southern and western climates that aren't harsh on vehicle bodies. The friendly service you've come to expect hasn't changed either. You'll also find a great selection of budget-friendly choices, plus a salvage yard offering used parts to the public, RV service, and outdoor storage. Allen's Auto and RV, M55 west of Cadillac.
And welcome back to Manton High School. Jay Simon alongside Gary Hawkeye Vanna, the lovely Kathy Vanna, hanging out with us up here in the Burkholder Family Funeral Home broadcast booth. Rangers with the ball as we start this second quarter. Here's Schaub with an elbow jumper, knocks it down. Jackson Schaub, the senior, getting on the board, makes it a 19-12 Rambler lead as we start this second quarter. Both Rodenbaughs on the floor for McBain. Hooker, skip pass for Josh, open for three, in and out, and the rebound snagged by Musselman. He'll give it up to Harding, back to Musselman. He'll bring it over the timeline. 7:20 to go here in this first half. Schaub wanted to go backdoor to Musselman. Somehow got it to him. What a play by Musselman. Caleb Musselman on the delay backdoor pass. I don't even have time to describe that to you as the Ramblers come flying down the other way. We'll talk about it in a second. Here's Hooker. He'll go baseline, and he travels as he's tried to jump stop, but kind of double-stepped into it. So the turnover will go back to the Rangers. Hawkeye, Schaub with a little give and go. Musselman didn't see it initially. Then he stepped forward, caught it, took off on one foot, went to the right hand like he was going to lay it in. Baby rocked it to his left hand and laid it in over the rim with the left hand. What a play by Musselman. Reminiscent of Jordan's hand switcher, just maybe less elevation. I can't say enough about that. You got to go check out the Rambler review and watch that one. Here's Schaub for three, in and out. And Cucci with the rebound. 19-14, meanwhile. The Rangers on a quick 4-0 run to start this second half. They're on a 6-0 run overall. Cucci to Rodenbaugh. Down low. Hooker somehow all alone. Off the glass and good. Somebody lost track of Clayton Hooker on the baseline, and you just can't do that. That ends the run by the Rangers. 21-14, McBain, 6:05 to go here in this first half. Here's Harding inside. Tough shot over top of Brunick. And then Brunick had the rebound, lost it, taken away by Solani, and then the Ramblers get it right back. Good hustle by Brunick. Josh Rodenbaugh's floater in and out, tapped around, comes into the hands of Ben Rodenbaugh. He misses, gets it back on the baseline, and now he'll dribble it out. Over to Josh on the right wing, down low for Clayton. And we're gonna get a official timeout. No, we're getting a 3-second call on the Ramblers, so it'll be Ranger basketball. Clayton Hooker apparently spending a little too much time in the lane. And we're gonna get a timeout from the Rangers. 5:38 to go here in this first half. 21-14, McBain with the lead. It's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break and be back right after this.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors from 12 area high schools can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Education link. See all the great programs, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center on 13th Street across from Baker College. Proud to serve the students of McBain High School. CTC is the place to be.
Family Funeral Home. Our sincere thanks to all of our broadcast partners for allowing us to bring this to you. On the other end now, loose ball scooped up by the Ramblers. Cucci manages to save it to Josh Rodenbaugh, and now they'll reset. Hawkeye got so excited about that Caleb Musselman layup, I didn't even record it in the scorebook. There's a missed shot by the Ramblers, scooped up by the Rangers.
Great hustle play there by Solani as he had to go to the floor sliding to keep it from going out of bounds and passed it wisely without getting the travel call.
Schaub working against Cucci now. Gets inside of him, trying to pass to Musselman, cutting along the baseline, and throws it off the front of Caleb. Caleb Musselman has a unique look about him. He's got that fantastic true goatee just on the chin. Great head of hair. It's unmistakable out there in white. We'll be talking about that little scoop layup for a while here as Rodenbaugh trying to get through three white jerseys, ends up traveling. So the Rambler offense, Hawkeye, is stagnated a bit. Fortunately for them, the Rangers can't get it going either.
No, once again, it's back and forth here. McBain waiting for a run, but Manton's defense is keeping them in this game.
Hicks will check back in for the Rangers. Josh Rodenbaugh will sit down, so your starters on the floor for the Ramblers. Wold will take a seat for head coach Brandon Herline. Starters for the Rangers, except for Reese Traxler, who went to the locker room with an ankle injury in the first quarter. Schaub, nice look over to Solani, trying to go into Rodenbaugh, who taps it out of bounds, so the Rangers will trigger into their own basket. Schaub looking for somebody. Gets it down low to Harding. Harding turning against Hooker, taken away by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh Up ahead to Ealing, and that should be a travel, and it is. Ealing wanted to put it on the floor with the left hand, but he needed to get it around a white jersey, and he took a few dainty steps before he put it on the floor. Good call there by our officiating crew.
Tell you what, don't worry about that, Brent. When you make it to the NBA, you'll be fine doing that all day
That would
long.
have been perfectly legal, absolutely. There's Musselman, quick trigger three in the right wing, and he's going to get fouled by Rodenbaugh. And this will be a three-shot opportunity. Musselman got it up in the air quickly as Rodenbaugh closed. Rodenbaugh makes contact with him, and so now Caleb Musselman at the line for 3 free throws. First foul on Rodenbaugh. First on the Ramblers in this quarter. Musselman knocks down the first. Second comes up a little short as Chase Herndon checks into the game for Tyler Harding, who takes the seat. Traxler has not come back out to the bench, which is not great. Musselman goes 2 for 3 at the line. 21-16 McBain. Here's Haverkamp. Top key for Rodenbaugh. Over in the right wing for Cucci. Cucci will give it back up to Rodenbaugh at the top of the key. Cut off. Back to Cucci. Stops, pops from 12 and knocks it down. Nice looking little jumper there from Aiden Cucci, his second bucket of the game. And it's a 23-16 Rambler lead. Jackson Schaub gets by Cucci into the corner. Musselman fires over Haverkamp. Back iron no good. Pulled down by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh with numbers to Haverkamp. The right-handed layup is good. 25-16 McBain inside 3.5 to go here in the first half. Schaub, left-handed pass for Musselman is going to go out of bounds. They're going to say it went off the Ramblers, so it'll remain Ranger basketball as Musselman will take a seat. Spencer Wold will check back into the game for Manton. Schaub will inbound. Gets it into Herndon. Herndon topside for Wold. Wold trying to get around Rodenbaugh. Tries to split Rodenbaugh and Haverkamp. And they're going to say it went off of Wold, so it'll be Rambler basketball. 3:11 to go here in this first half. 25-16 McBain.
I really feel like if they start pounding Hooker right now with this lineup Manton has, he can make some major hay.
Here's Cucci on the right wing as Reese Traxler has walked back to the bench under his own power, not even limping, which is a good sign. Here's Haverkamp, open for three, knocks it down on the left wing. (28-16) McBain as Hicks trying to pass across the lane, knocked away by Haverkamp, right back to Hicks. Into the middle for Solani. Solani turning, left-handed lay won't go. Rodenbaugh with the rebound. Rodenbaugh up ahead. Over to Cucci from Haverkamp, and he lays it in on the left side. Ramblers running the floor. 30-16, biggest lead of the game for the Ramblers. 2:25 to go here in the first half. Little three-man weave, and that's taken away by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to the rim, and tried to draw contact. It looked like, honestly, I think Rodenbaugh thought Spencer Wold was going to undercut him, and Wold just backed away. And Rodenbaugh, I think, thought there was going to be somebody to contact and just ended up going to the floor. Kind of took his own legs out from under him, to be completely honest. Luckily, he seems to be okay. And now he's kind of hobbling back to the bench as we get a Rambler timeout. Coach Coleman wants to talk things over. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 30-16 McBain, 2:15 to go here in the first half. Hawkeye, you know what I'm talking about there? Like he wanted to dunk it, but then he knows nobody wants him to dunk it. And I think he expected more contact from Wold, and Wold just kind of backed off. Well, did contact him for the foul, but I don't think Rodenbaugh was prepared for something a little different, it looked like.
Yeah, he was bracing himself for a different type of contact, but that's one of the dangers of dunking in traffic, when a layup would do just as good or even better, because you still could get the contact, you have a better chance of making the ball and a lot less chance of getting injured.
Yeah. Ben's got hops, but he doesn't have in-traffic hops, unfortunately. In traffic hops is a whole different creature.
Yeah, but when have you last time you seen you maybe 5 players in Division III have in traffic hops?
Yeah, it doesn't happen much, no.
Not in Division III.
No, I agree. So Rodenbaugh goes to the line for a couple of free throws, and he knocks them both down. 32-16 McBain as Schaub brings it over to the timeline. Gets by Cucci, cut off by Ealing, looking down low for Harding. He'll kick it out to Hicks for 3. Scraping the ceiling is McCoy Hicks, and he knocks down his second Welch's Building LLC triple. 32-19 McBain. Cucci into the corner for Haverkamp. To Hooker at the left elbow, and Hooker making contact with Harding, went to the floor, probably traveled, but it ends up in the hands of Haverkamp. His 3 is short. Schaub with the rebound. Up to Hicks. Hicks up the left side. Bring it back out to Schaub, and they'll run the offense. Over to Harding. Baseline jumper. Too strong. And we're going to get a foul on the floor against the Rangers. It'll be Rambler basketball. Basically, Tyler Harding pulled the chair on Hooker. Hooker went to the ground and slid. I'm surprised did not get the travel call there. Again, though, officiating, mothering, 2 hardest jobs in the world. I want nothing to do with either one. Ramblers by 13. Minute 20 to go here in the first half. Great pass by Hooker that goes off of Brunick's shoulder and chin. Here's Hicks the other way. Lefty layup on the Euro step won't go. Rebound pulled down by Hooker. Hooker up the right side. He's got Cucci on the other side. Finds him. Cucci lays it up and in. Aiden Cucci with his 3rd bucket of the quarter. It's 34-19 McBain. Inside a minute to go here in this second quarter. Pass down low, tapped away by Hooker, but scooped up by Wold. Back to Schaub. Schaub crossover. Schaub bounce pass. Harding, left-handed layup, right-handed layup, won't go. Partially blocked, I think, by Brunick, who gets it to Rodenbaugh. He'll bring it up the right side. Rodenbaugh cut off. Rodenbaugh, fadeaway jumper from 13, won't go. Harding with the board for the Rangers. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. 34-19, Ramblers with the lead. Schaub working against Cucci. Crosses him over, cut off by Brunick. Nice pass across the way for Traxler, who's checked back into the game. That's good to see. But he comes up short. Rodenbaugh with it up ahead to Cucci, who lays it in. Aiden Cucci with his 4th bucket of the quarter. 5 seconds to go. Schaub will put it up from the volleyball line. Back iron, no good. First half is in the books here in Manton. And the McBain Ramblers with a 36-19 lead after a strong second quarter. We'll take a break, collect our stats and our thoughts. The McBain Hardware Halftime Show is coming your way right after this.
With over 20 years of Wick construction under his belt, Welch Buildings owner and president Nick Welch has built a company based on the values that helped him earn multiple awards from Wick and a growing list of happy customers. From tool sheds to dairy barns, Welch Buildings has an experienced crew team with a diverse set of subcontractors to expertly handle heating, plumbing, and concrete. See for yourself at welchbuildings.com and call for a quote. 740-403-5354. Welch Buildings of Luther.
McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is now featuring new healthcare services, including walk-in testing, online appointments for COVID and flu testing, and vaccines. McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is your first and one-stop for your family's health. Go to McBainFamilyPharmacy.com to set up your appointment today and see the difference local makes. Proud local supporter of the McBain Ramblers.
McBain Schools thanks the entire community for your unwavering support of your students' education and the passing of our bond and sinking fund initiatives. Your generosity has led to significant improvements, including a new track, secure entries, a new middle school gym floor, maintaining one-to-one technology, new buses, and more. This is just the start, as your contributions will continue to fund countless projects in the future. Your commitment to McBain Schools is inspiring. McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, where students learn locally and compete globally.
welcome back to Manton High School. Jay Simon alongside Gary Hawkeye, Vanna, Connor, MC Hammer, our producer and engineer, turning the downs for us back.
Hammer time!
Boys, Highland Conference basketball action here on 107.9 CDY, brought to you in part by Allen's Auto Service, Boz Design Company, L&J Meat Market, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City. And, of course, McBain Hardware. This is the McBain Hardware halftime show. Our sincere thanks to all of our broadcast partners. I want to also remind you real quick, if you are leaving our listening area or you don't live in our listening area, in which case, how are you hearing my voice right now? You can listen to us anywhere in the world where you've got a solid internet connection via the YouTubes, as I think the kids call them these days. You can go to 1079cdy.com, click the game logo, whether it's football, basketball, it doesn't matter. There's a little square McBain logo there. Click that. It'll take you to the YouTube channel for CDY. You can also go to youtube.com and search for 1079 CDY Sports. When you do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, maybe even the notification bell, and then every time Hawkeye and I go online, go live, you'll know about it and you won't miss a game. And if you are listening and you've got my number, let me know you're listening. We'd love to give you a shout out. Streaming of McBain Rambler basketball brought to you by McLean Transmissions. For anything transmission related and for quality used cars, call 231-779-1394, 231-779-1394. That's McLean Transmissions on La Chance Road. And if Rich Spicer were listening to me right there, he would tell me that you say the numbers one way and you say it that way every time. 1394 or 1394. Pick one, stick to it. Don't mix it up. That was a commercial read faux pas on my part. I am sorry, McLean Transmissions. Wow, we've got the Manton Ranger Pep Band entertaining us. The cheerleaders were just out doing a routine, and now the trombonists for the Manton Ranger Pep Band are putting in a little action here. It's actually kind of dangerous. There's 6 of them, Hawkeye, and while they play, they are alternating which way they go, swinging their trombones above each other's heads. I'm terrified they're going to knock one of them out.
I'm just waiting for it.
This is fantastic stuff. It's down and up left and down and up right, and each time they're just swinging over each other's heads. It's fantastic stuff. The crowd's loving it. Oh, my goodness gracious. I sure hope it is still Bill Nuffler here. She does a great job. And if it's not, I apologize, and whoever is in charge of Manton's band program, kudos. Kudos, kudos, kudos. And kudos to the McBain Ramblers, who through one half of play are taking care of business. They got a tough week coming up as they play host to the Beale City Aggies on Tuesday and then go to Everett. The Wildcats handing the Aggies their only loss in conference play earlier this week on Friday. But they've got to take care of business here tonight, and so far they are. 36-19, the lead for the Ramblers after one half of play. I'll quickly run down the scoring for you thus far in this one. For the Rangers, they were led by McCoy Hicks and Caleb Musselman, 6 points apiece. Hicks with a couple of Welch Building LLC triples. Caleb Musselman, and we may just have to make an exception, Hawkeye. I know the play of the game usually goes to a Rambler, but my goodness gracious. Musselman's little one-footed rock-the-baby right hand to the left-hand layup was really kind of cool. Didn't even use backboard on it, just floated her in over the rim. Seriously, go check out the Rambler review on YouTube and make sure you go find that early in the second quarter. As mentioned, they both have 6. Spencer Wold has a triple. Jackson Solani and Jackson Schaub each with a bucket apiece to round out the scoring for the Rangers, who are 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Meanwhile, the Ramblers got 2 players in double digits, each doing damage in their own quarters. Clayton Hooker started off with 11 in the opening quarter. He's got 13 to lead all scorers, but Aiden Cucci had 8 in the second quarter. He's got 10. Colton Haverkamp has knocked down 2 from long range. He's got 8. And then Ben Rodenbaugh has 5, including 3 of 4 from the line. The Ramblers overall 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Excuse me, he's 3 of 4. They are 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. To round out the scoring for McBain. Hawkeye, do we have any deeper stats right now?
The Northern Truck Service deep dive into the statistics, telling you Colton Haverkamp, he has 2 assists on the game. Trenton Bruning, the rebounding specialist, the Lambier without the dirty play player, he got 2 rebounds and a steal in the game. Brett Ealing got a steal and a rebound. Clayton Hooker filling up the stat line. He's got 3 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal. Eddie Cucci rebound and assist on his own. And of course, Ben Rodenbaugh, he has 2 block shots, 3 steals, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists on the game.
You know there's a Gen Xer or a boomer listening to us right now going, Lambier wasn't dirty. He just played hard. And then there's a whole bunch of other people listening that have no idea who Bill Lambier is. None whatsoever. Or actually, they're like, wait, you mean the WNBA coach?
Back when Detroit had a team.
Yeah, right. 36-19, our halftime score. This is the McBain Hardware halftime show here on 107.9 CDY. Ramblers with the lead. Both teams now back out on the floor warming up. We mentioned, too, that Reese Traxler, one of the Rangers starters, the junior, went down with an ankle injury in the first quarter, had to be helped to the locker room. He came back out and checked back into the game late in the second quarter. He's right now in the corner of the court, kind of working that ankle around, stepping on it, moving it, shifting it, talking with one of the Rangers staff, trying to decide if he's going to be able to play here in this second half. He's making a lot of grimacing faces, Hawkeye. He is clearly in some pain, but we will see if he's able to contribute, because he's a lot of the size that the Rangers have, and without him, they're even more undersized against this very big Ramblers team.
Yeah, but when they went small ball by force, Clayton Hooker kind of went out of the game on the offensive end.
Yeah. Maybe Clayton just doesn't know how to score over smaller people. He needs to be challenged.
Sure.
I'm speculating. I'm spitballing here. Is that what they call it? I'm spitballing. Spitballing.
So,
hey, our next broadcast talk. Sorry, go ahead. Were you going to mention that?
Exact same thing. Go
were?
for it. You
Wow.
do it better.
That's incredible. Great minds. Our next broadcast will be next Friday, but it is a special one, as we will have a doubleheader for you live from Everett High School. The girls will kick things off at about 5:30. The boys will follow, and it is 2 big games for both Rambler teams, obviously, as they both battle for a Highland Conference title. The Wildcats, girls and boys, are both in the thick of things in the conference race on both sides. So it's going to be a great one, and Hawkeye is going to miss it, because he's going to spend time, rightfully so, with his lovely wife and his granddaughter, which I cannot blame him one bit. So you will likely get myself and Mr. McBain, Lars Fredin, who should be in the gym, and we will slap a microphone on his head whether he likes it or not. Maybe even make him do play-by-play for the girls' game.
Yeah, you know how big next week is currently right now McBain's ranked number 6 in the state, Everett's number 7.
Wow.
On the boys' side, McBain is 8th in the state. When they played Everett the first time, 3 players had the flu and actually were throwing up during the game.
Goodness gracious. That has been the McBain Hardware halftime show. Second half underway as the Ramblers have the ball now going right to left here in the second half. Starters on the floor for both teams, and that includes Traxler for the Rangers. Here's Aiden Cucci, a straightaway 3-ball. Aiden picks up right where he left off in the first half, but from about 19 feet further away, and the Ramblers take their biggest lead of the game, 39-19, as we get underway here in the third. Schaub, tough shot over Rodenbaugh, nearly got that to go, and Rodenbaugh bring it the other way, and Rodenbaugh completely forgot that Schaub was coming from behind, and he nearly picked his pocket.
Gotta yell wolf.
You sure do. I don't know how Ben Rodenbaugh forgot that Schaub had gone to the floor on the layup attempt. He was right in front of him. Second foul on Jackson Schaub. Rodenbaugh brings it over half court. Over to Haverkamp right wing. Top side now for Ealing. Swung over to Cucci. Open for 3. Good. As they would say in NBA Jam, Aiden Cucci is on fire. Musselman tries to answer. Back iron, no good, but the long rebound ends up in the hands of McCoy Hicks. Hicks will kick it out to Schaub on the left wing. Schaub out to Traxler. 3-ball on the way is good. Well, Reese Traxler's ankle handling things on the three-pointer. And it's a Welch's Building LLC festival here in this third quarter. Ealing over to Rodenbaugh on the left wing. Down low for Hooker, tapped away by Traxler, and the Ramblers will trigger in front of their own basket.
Traxler's still favoring that ankle, though, as he plays.
I mentioned on the air against Houghton Lake Hawkeye that the Ramblers had turned into the 2015 Golden State Warriors as a nice entry pass for Rodenbaugh, who misses and then gets the putback and the basket, so the hoop and the harm. He looked upset, Hawkeye, but he got a rebound, shot 50%, and he gets a three-point opportunity. What's wrong with that? He's mad he missed the first one. I don't blame him.
But that would have only been worth 2. This potentially is worth 3.
Sure is. Rodenbaugh converts, 45-22. Ramblers extend their biggest lead. 6:20 to go here in the third quarter. Hicks, kick out. Traxler, 3-ball, good. Boy, Reese Traxler's ankle looks pretty good on that jumper. 45-25 McBain. Rodenbaugh working against Solani. Gets it over half court, hands it to Cucci. Aiden Cucci working against Schaub to Hooker. Hooker, a little hesitation, will go to the rim and lays it up and in.
Tried to jump the pass to Hooker. Hooker took advantage of it and went straight to the rack.
47-25 McBain, 5:45 as Musselman curling. Beautiful bounce pass from Jackson Schaub. Musselman lays it over the front of the rim. And now we're going to get a travel call on the Ramblers, so a turnover will give it back to Manton. 47-27 McBain.
That was an interesting travel call because Schaub came in. Cucci didn't expect him and traveled, but Schaub was still 6 feet away. And he could put 2 dribbles down before he got to Schaub, but he just didn't expect to see him in his peripheral vision and just screwed up his timing.
Schaub inside to Solani. Solani against Rodenbaugh. Over to Musselman. Musselman reverse layup won't go. Rebound pulled down by Hooker. Up ahead for Haverkamp, and Haverkamp couldn't hang on to it. Schaub basically just making a nuisance of himself, putting himself in the right spot. Haverkamp knew he was in the area, couldn't corral the ball, and it goes out of bounds, goes back to the Rangers. I mean nuisance in the most loving and professional way. That was well played defensively. Schaub kicks it out topside for Wold. Wold drive, kick out Musselman. 3-ball on the way. Back iron off the mark. Ealing with the rebound. 47-27 McBain. 5 minutes to go here in the third. Aiden Cucci on the right wing. Topside for Ealing. Swung to Rodenbaugh on the left wing. Thought about the 3. Now he'll look. One dribble. Topside for Haverkamp. Swung over to Ealing on the right wing. Right-handed drive on the baseline. Lost the handle. Rodenbaugh saves it. Rodenbaugh dribbles toward the basket. Fadeaway jumper won't go. Rebound pulled down by Ealing. His putback won't go, and Musselman grabs the board. Schaub over half court. Nice bounce pass for Traxler. Just can't quite finish with the right hand. Tough layup attempt for Traxler on that ankle. Rodenbaugh kick out. Haverkamp 3-ball. No good. Traxler with the board. Rodenbaugh, though, takes it away. Rodenbaugh curling over to Haverkamp, who tried to quickly put it up. And Musselman forcing that quick shot by Haverkamp. So the official indicated Manton basketball. And now the officials are going to get together
and do the right thing.
Coach Copeman wanted to know what the call was. He thought it went off the Rangers. The third referee not getting into it because he clearly didn't see it well enough. And they are going to correct it. They'll give it back to McBain. I can't disagree. I thought it went off Manton initially too, but again, that's why I'm up here and not down there.
Hey, they got together and made sure they got the call right.
Inbound it to Rodenbaugh. He'll send it up to Cucci up top at the volleyball line. Hands it back to Rodenbaugh. He'll set up the offense working against Wold. Cucci trying to get down low to Hooker. Nice entry pass. Hooker corrals it and lays it in. Gorgeous Entry pass by Cucci over the defense to Hooker, who finishes. And now Schaub trying to get inside. They're going to get the call. I think this is going to be on Cucci. That's going to be his third, putting a hand on the hip of Schaub. It is the third on Cucci. Traxler will come take a seat. Still limping on that left ankle. It has not affected his jumper from outside the arc, as he's got 2 triples in this quarter. 49-27 McBain, 3:48 to go in the third. Down low, Solani somehow finishing off the pass from Schaub with the left hand. What a finish by Jackson Solani. Ramblers still lead it by 20. Hooker at the left elbow, down low to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh muscling his way to the rim, but they're going to get the foul on the floor against Spencer Wolves. He'll pick up his third. Third on the Rangers in this quarter. Rodenbaugh will trigger for McBain. Out to Cucci, 3-ball on the way. Front iron no good. Rebound though, comes out to Cucci. Cucci across the lane to Rodenbaugh, blocked by Hicks. But they're going to call a foul. McCoy Hicks thought he had all ball. I don't know that I can disagree with him, but again, I'm way up here. Official had a much better look at that than I did. It's the second on Hicks.
That's one of those where it's clean on top, a little body on the bottom.
Yeah, must have been. That was all I could see was up top, so that explains it. Rodenbaugh now with a couple of freebies. Back iron's the first. Cucci will take a seat. Ealing will take a seat as Trent Brunick and Josh Rodenbaugh check in for McBain.
Josh Rodenbaugh, I would like to see Coltman try and match him up on Schwab, because I really think Josh struggles with that fast guard thing, and the more that he can be exposed to it, the more dividends it will pay to in the future.
Ben Rodenbaugh misses both free throws, and Wold comes the other way for the Rangers. Here's Hicks working against Rodenbaugh, and apparently Coltman heard you, because Josh Rodenbaugh now checking Schaub, who scoots through and under him but misses the reverse layup. Rebound by Haverkamp. Here comes Ben Rodenbaugh up the right side. Crosses over on Wold. Kick out to brother Josh. Josh drives baseline. Short jumper, no good. Hicks with the rebound. McCoy Hicks will bring it over half court. Up to Harding. Harding will put it on the floor, goes baseline. Kicks it out back to Hicks. Lefty three. Front iron no good. Weak side rebound pulled down by Solani. Solani gets inside Brunick. His lefty lay-in won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Brunick. And now we're going to get a timeout from Bruce Coltman. And since they're going out to the floor, we'll assume this is a 30-second variety, and we'll keep it right here. 2:39 remaining in the third. McBain with a 49-29 lead, and I lied. It's a full timeout, but we'll keep it here anyway. Just because. A reminder, you're listening to WCDY, McBain, Cadillac, Lake City. Jay Simon alongside Gary Hawkeye Vanna. Connor MC Hammer time. Turning the dials for us back in the studio as our producer and engineer, the lovely Kathy Vanna, joining us in the broadcast booth, making Gary look 1,000% better just by virtue of sitting next to him.
Ain't that the truth? The best story of my life. Hey, you want to know a really cool number?
Love to.
25.
Yeah. What's so cool about 25, Hawkeye?
That's how long I've been married to Kathy. This year's our 25th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Just got done with professional development in the past week in Costa Rica.
Professional development.
Guys talk Spanish. That's why I missed you on homecoming.
There you go. Well, all I said to folks on the call was that you were somewhere exotic. Out of the timeout, down low, Hooker, the hoop and the harm. Rodenbaugh finding Hooker on the block. The pump fake gets Harding off the floor. And another three-point opportunity for the super sophomore Clayton Hooker. Hooker with an opportunity, and he does, has 20 in the game. 2.5 to go in this third, 52-29 Ramblers. Schaub, double teamed, finds Hicks at the block. His pass, though, is taken away by Hooker. Hooker, nobody in front of him, will lay it up and in. Clayton had 2 escorts, and they were not getting that ball. Solani kicks it back out to Hicks. Hicks goes baseline. Nice little pass for Schaub in the middle of the lane, who fires the 12-footer flat foot jumper. You don't see that much anymore. Never left the ground, just flipped that in.
Looked like a free throw.
It did. 54-31, Rodenbaugh 3, front iron no good, weak side board pulled down by Hardy. Schaub up the left side for the Rangers. 3-ball comes up short. Rebound tapped around. It's going to go off McBain. It'll be Manton basketball. And now the officials will talk it over. And it will remain Manton basketball, rightfully so, in my estimation. In my completely unprofessional estimation.
Ben Rodenbaugh comes to the bench. That means Josh should be taking over the point guard duties. Once again, this is going to be a great test because they're going to have to replace him. Ben next year, who's going to be the point guard will be a question. Is the future in Josh, or is it going to be in the super sophomore Louis West End JV, Braden Winkle?
Yeah, I was impressed with Winkle. A little undersized, kind of like Schaub, but great handle. Rangers moving it around. Here's Hicks. Working against Cucci, playing with the 3 fouls. Over to Wold. Wold guarded by Josh Rodenbaugh. Crosses him over, goes down the left side of the lane. Arcing left-handed layup. Won't go. Solani, though, with the weak side rebound and putback, lays it up and in. 54-33 McBain. Minute 5 to go here in the third quarter. Haverkamp, top side for Brunick. Swung over to Cucci on the left wing. One dribble over to Hooker at the top of the key. Down low looking for Cucci. That's going to go off Traxler, and it'll be Rambler basketball underneath.
Well, I hope Rodenbaugh enjoyed his 42nd blow. He's back in the game.
Well, that's the easiest way for Copeman to pull him aside and talk to him for a little bit, which is all he really wants to do. I don't get the impression Ben ever wants to come out as Rodenbaugh finds a curling Hooker wide open on the left side of the bucket, who immediately goes up and lays it in. He's got 24, and it's a 56-33 Rambler lead. Wold looking for help, finds Traxler at the top of the key, defended by Hooker. Over to Hicks on the left wing, 35 seconds to go. Hicks drive cut off by Brunick, looking for help. Trying to get Solani taken away by Rodenbaugh. Ben Rodenbaugh, over half court, over to Hooker. Inside, Brunick's jumper won't go. Out to Cucci for 3. And Cucci buries it. We're going to get a foul under the basket. I think this is going to be on Tyler Harding. So the 3-ball from Cucci is good. It's his 3rd of the quarter. And then we had an away from the basket, or away from the shot, foul on Harding, battling for position with Hooker. There is some talk that Clayton Hooker may get an Academy Award nom for that moment. Not saying there wasn't a foul. Clayton Hooker went down harder than I think I've ever seen Clayton Hooker go down. It takes a very large person to push Clayton Hooker down like that.
Yeah,
and
but
Harding's a big boy.
Harding is
You just got to make sure the officials know what was going on.
He is cut.
That's all it is.
A little push from Harding is not the same as a little push from you,
that's
or
fair.
a full-blown push from me.
That's fair.
Harding knocks down buildings like they're gnats.
All right. So you're saying I am unfairly disparaging Mr. Hooker. I apologize.
No, I think you're underestimating how strong Harding is.
Okay. Clayton splits the pair, so it's a 60-33 Rambler lead. As we get inside 10 seconds to go in the third, we're going to get a foul on the floor. This is going to be on Josh Rodenbaugh. Just the second on the Ramblers in the quarter, though. 6.1 ticks to go. Traxler will inbound for the Rangers. Gets it in, And we're going to get a foul as Chase Herndon trying to put it up. He's going to get fouled, I think, by Brunick. Yep. Trenton Brunick will pick up his first foul. And should be going to the line. He was trying to shoot it, and he will. So Chase Herndon, the junior, will go to the line. Misses the first. To be clear, I was just saying that Hooker, that's the right thing. You want to make sure the official knows that you've been fouled, right? It's the same reason you fall back on an offensive charge. You're trying to indicate there's been contact. Josh Rodenbaugh from half court, maybe a little early to Cucci, who can't put it back up and in. And the third quarter in the books. Rodenbaugh's half-court heave was about 3 seconds too soon, but it gave Cucci a chance for a lay-in, and he just missed it at the buzzer.
You call it a half-court heave, I call it a pass off the backboard.
There you go. Tomato. 60-34, McBain with the lead. Fourth quarter action coming your way from Manton High School. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
L&J Meat Market is just about the closest you can get to farm-to-table dining. Fill your freezer and fire up the grill with the exceptional taste and quality that only locally sourced meat can provide. Meat from L&J is carefully processed and prepared to be the freshest and most flavorful you'll taste. And L&J is committed to supporting local farmers. Buy by the pound or fill your freezer with money-saving beef, chicken, or sampler bundles and eat for months on end. L&J Meat Market is a proud supporter of McBain Ramblers Sports, Maury Road, just south of Lake City.
McBain Transmissions in Lake City services vehicles, foreign and domestic, specializing in transmissions, transfer cases, differentials, high-performance driveline, 4x4s, clutches, and computer diagnostics. For anything transmission and quality used cars, it's McBain Transmissions on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 231-779-1394. That's 231-779-1394.
And welcome back to Manton High School. Jay Simon alongside Gary Huckeye Vanna. Fourth quarter action coming your way here as the Ramblers with a 60-34 lead over the Manton Rangers. As the Ramblers with the steal, Ben Rodenbaugh firing a full court pass to brother Josh, who lays it up and in to get this fourth quarter underway.
Casey Pollington checks in the game for the McBain Ramblers.
Yeah, both coaches sending in a portion of their bench. Pollington and Drew Hamilton both on the floor now for McBain. I doubt that Ben Rodenbaugh and Clayton Hooker will see much more action here in this fourth quarter. Ben Rodenbaugh no doubt will be looking for some sort of steal and open floor dunk before he is forced to sit to the bench.
And
Corbin Sherman at the line for the Rangers.
he didn't, as both Hooker and Rodenbaugh go to the bench.
There you go. Yeah, it's the right thing to do with a 28-point lead.
Drew Hamilton checks in the game with Thomas Maloney.
Sherman second, rattles in, out, and back in. So he goes 1 of 2 from the line. 62-35 Ramblers just underway here in the fourth quarter. Josh Rodenbaugh now running the point. Over to Maloney on the right wing. Topside Hamilton. Back to Josh left wing. Surveying. Topside Pallington. 3-ball on the way is good. Case and Pallington with a Welch's Building LLC triple. 65-35. Ramblers 7 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Nice little crossover. Floater, though, from Spencer Bartlett won't go. Rebound pulled down by Josh Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh will pull it back out. Being defended by Musselman. Gives it up to Hamilton on the right wing. Hamilton, one quick dribble, topside for Maloney. Pollington inside for Hamilton. Trying to find a cutting Brunick, and they're going to say that one off of Brunick's hands, and it will be Ranger basketball. Bruce Copeman maybe suggesting to Pollington that the bounce pass would have been in order there.
Yeah, I think he wants to see Hamilton be a little bit more aggressive. I know he doesn't get in the game as much, but be aggressive when you have the chance down low.
Yes, sorry, that was Hamilton, not Pollington. Here's Sherman with a tough shot on the inside. Rebound grabbed by Brunick as Josh Rodenbaugh lost the handle. Picked up by Chase Herndon, who goes to the rim and lays it in, much to the thrill of the Ranger faithful. Pollington left wing, 65-37 McBain, 6 minutes to go in the ballgame. Josh Rodenbaugh down low for Hamilton. Hamilton turns off the glass and good. Drew Hamilton is in the bucket, or in the books with a bucket. 67-37 McBain. Grayson Guernsey about to check in for the Ramblers. Here's a steal by McBain. Pollington up ahead to Brunick, who lays it in with the right hand. Everybody trying to get into the books. That is everybody except for Maloney and Guernsey and Franklin, I think. Oh, Ealing hasn't scored yet.
But I don't see Franklin here tonight.
All right. And we're going to get a foul on Pollington, getting a little too friendly with Spencer Bartlett. Guernsey will check in. Josh Rodenbaugh will take a seat.
That should move Pollington to your point guard.
So if Franklin's not here, that is everybody now has been into the game for McBain. That's a nice pass across the lane by Spencer Bartlett to Chase Herndon, who is able to lay it up and in. Pollington is indeed your point guard. Over to Maloney on the right wing. Topside Guernsey. Swings it around to Hamilton. Right-handed dribble to Brunick as the Ramblers work it around the perimeter. They lead it by 30. Maloney down the lane. Tough layup. Won't go. Guernsey with the putback and the finish. Grayson Guernsey in the books.
Fan favorite Grayson Guernsey with the putback, and it was a very smooth-looking play there.
Part of that broadcast team, you and I were talking about off the air, but I think we can talk about on the air.
Yes.
Finalists for audio broadcasting with the MHSAA, a student crew. Grayson Guernsey, part of that crew. I believe part of the pregame, halftime, postgame
Yes.
group, right? Pairing?
They were the
Along with
studio
Maloney-
show.
With Maloney, with Thomas Maloney.
Yes.
Izzy Roosevelt, who is on the girls basketball team, and then graduate Kate Weaver. There's a deep three. Nearly knocked down by Robert Dykehouse, who's checked into the game. That would have been pretty. Rattles in and out, no good. So the Ramblers with possession. 71-39 McBain. Maloney. Bounce pass for Brunick, top of the key. 4-10 remaining in this one. Pollington looks to the bench for the call from head coach Bruce Copeman. Little handoff from Maloney. Topside Guernsey. Over to Brunick now. Over to Pollington, right wing. He'll fire for three. In, out, and in again. Cason Pollington with the literal rattler that falls. He's got two from deep now. 74-39 McBain. 3:40 to go here in the ballgame. Musselman trying to fire a pass for Herndon right into the hands of Brunick, who takes it away. Brunick across the lane from Maloney. Pump fakes Musselman off the floor, and Thomas Maloney is in the books. So that means the only player, unfortunately, who's not going to get into the books tonight, who is available to play, is Brett Ealing, because he's on the bench and he won't be back. Timeout on the floor, 30-second variety. We'll keep it right here. 76-39, the Ramblers in firm control of this one. 3:23 remaining in the ball game. McBain is going to move to 13-1 overall, 10-1 in the Highland Conference, and set themselves up a very important week as they will play host to the Beale City Aggies, who have just one setback of their own and gave the Ramblers their only loss in conference play back in December. And then they'll have to go to the Everett Wildcats, who gave the Aggies their only setback in conference play, and see if they can get another win over the Wildcats as the top of the conference is heating up as we get into February.
As I was talking to Ben and Aiden Cucci, that right now McBain can start the week tied for first place. At the end of the week, they could be anywhere from first place to fourth.
Yep. A lot can happen. Still on the schedule for the Ramblers. I know Northern Michigan Christian, Pine River, and I think they still have another game with Roscommon. Is that right? Yes. Rangers out of the timeout with possession going left to right. This is Spencer Wold. And we're going to get a foul call as Spencer Bartlett. A lot of Jacksons, a lot of Spencers. Driving on the left side, a little right-handed floater. Catches the foul. It's on Pollington, his third. And Bartlett will go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Next foul will put the Rangers in the bonus.
Spencer Bartlett goes 1 for 1. Rebound pulled down by Drew Hamilton. Pollington over the timeline for the Ramblers. Looks to Coach Copeman for the call. Working against Chase Herndon. Gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton, topside Brunig. Over to Pollington. Open for three on the left wing. Front iron no good. Hamilton with the rebound. He'll reset things by getting it into the hands of Cason Pollington. 2:40 to go in the ball game. Ramblers in control, up by 36. Here's Brunig floating to the left side of the rim, lays it in with the left hand. Nice little move from Trenton Brunig for his second bucket of the game. 78-40 McBain.
With that assist by Maloney, every Rambler has made it into the deep dive statistics.
Herndon for three, a little strong, and Pollington touched it. That'll go out of bounds. It'll remain Ranger basketball with 2:12 to go here in the ball game. Hawkeye looks like they're trying to sell the end of their popcorn over there. Don't you have to sample everybody's to see how it compares?
Yes.
And Herndon driving baseline, throwing up a couple pump fakes, will draw the foul. That's the fifth now on the Ramblers. Foul call was on Hamilton. First on Drew. Chase Herndon will go to the line for a couple more freebies. Misses the first. Second on the way. Course corrects, knocks it down. 78-41 McBain, 2 minutes to go. Make sure you stick around. The Kelly's Pizza and Grill postgame show will be coming your way following the conclusion of this one. Brunig going baseline, leaves it short, grabbed by Wold. Wold up the right side. Wold trying to go around Pollington, and we're going to get an offensive charge. Cason Pollington, if Ben Rodenbaugh, Hawkeye, is trying to dunk in every game against every opponent, Cason Pollington's trying to draw a charge against every opponent in the Highland Conference. I'm convinced.
But I agree with you. He's been studying the Shane Battier tapes for years and years and years.
Spencer Wold picks up his fourth. Pollington will bring it over the timeline. Boy, puts himself in danger more than anybody I know. And now Pollington with the travel call. That'll give it back to the Rangers. 78-41 McBain, minute and a half to go in the ballgame. To finish my thought, Kelly's Pizza and Grill will have the final statistics and thoughts from this one. That was a nice look down low for Corbin Sherman, who just couldn't quite corral it. Out of bounds. Coach Herline was excited. This is the point in the game where you're looking for those little things. Are they converting this play right? Are they doing this part right? He was excited about that look. That was a nice pass down to the block. Sherman just couldn't corral it. Maloney, pump fake, drives into the lane. kick out. Hamilton, 3-ball on the way. Too strong. Bartlett can chase down the rebound. Bartlett flying through the green jerseys. Nice bounce pass to Herndon, who lays it up and in. Chase Herndon with a great finish on a fantastic twisting midair bounce pass from Spencer Bartlett. Come on, Hawkeye, you love a good bounce pass.
I love myself a good bounce pass.
And we're going to get a foul on the other end. And Spencer Wold has committed his 5th foul. He'll go out of the game now. Paulington trying to battle his way up the right side there. Just the second on the Rangers. Wold gets a nice hand from the fans. Solani checks back into the game for the Rangers. Entry pass to Brunick, no good. Tapped around, ends up in the hands of Maloney. Nice job by Paulington to get on the floor and recover it. And now we're going to get a 3-second call on the Ramblers. I don't know why. They were just building an igloo in the center of it.
Well, it is snow coming.
It's true.
Early decorations for the dance. Great job on Brunick on that one, shutting down the lane, causing that travel call.
Yeah, Chase Herndon with a nice catch on the pass from the top of the key, but got his left foot stuck, dragged the right foot. Then he just doubled down and stepped through with the right foot, made the layup, but can't do that. Paulington will bring it over. 10 seconds remaining for the Ramblers, and we're going to get a 3-second call again. Grayson Guernsey trying to put the finishing touches on that igloo.
That's right.
It's not done. It's not done yet. Come on.
I got to build a chimney in here.
Come on, says Grayson. Ramblers double teaming poor Herndon at the top of the key. We're going to get a jump ball with 2 seconds to go. As Guernsey and Paulington, the diamond press at the top of the key. That one was for KG if he's listening. He's not. And that's going to do it. 78-43, your final. The Ramblers take care of business here in Manton and set themselves up for a big Highland Conference slate next week. We'll take a break, collect our stats and our thoughts. The Kelly's Pizza and Grill postgame shows coming your way right after this.
Truck Brokers of Cadillac has a new name and location. Allen's Auto and RV can now be found at the former Galvanics on M55 west of Cadillac. Here's what hasn't changed. A lot full of rust-free trucks, cars, and SUVs brought right here to the Cadillac area from southern and western climates that aren't harsh on vehicle bodies. The friendly service you've come to expect hasn't changed either. You'll also find a great selection of budget-friendly choices, plus a salvage yard offering used parts to the public, RV service, and outdoor storage. Allen's Auto and RV, M55 west of Cadillac.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford-Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors from 12 area high schools can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Education link. See all the great programs, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford-Misaki Career Technical Center on 13th Street across from Baker College. Proud to serve the students of McBain High School. CTC is the place to be.
McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is now featuring new healthcare services, including walk-in testing, online appointments for COVID and flu testing, and vaccines. McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is your first and one-stop for your family's health. Go to McBainFamilyPharmacy.com to set up your appointment today and see the difference local makes. Proud local supporter of the McBain Ramblers.
With over 20 years of Wick construction under his belt, Welch Buildings owner and president Nick Welch has built a company based on the values that helped him earn multiple awards from Wick and a growing list of happy customers. From tool sheds to dairy barns, Welch Buildings has an experienced crew team with a diverse set of subcontractors to expertly handle heating, plumbing, and concrete. See for yourself at welchbuildings.com and call for a quote. 740-403-5354. Welch Buildings of Luther.
And And welcome back to Manton High School. Jay Simon alongside Gary Hawkeye, Vanna, Connor, MC Hammer. Our producer and engineer turn the dials for us back in the studio. The McBain Ramblers putting the finishing touches on a 78-43 victory over the host Rangers in this boys Highland Conference varsity basketball contest. Brought to you in part by Kelly's Pizza and Grill, Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, McBain Lake City Family Pharmacy, and Pluger Mechanical. Our sincere thanks to all of our broadcast partners. This is the Kelly's Pizza and Grill post-game show. Well, Hawkeye, we talked about it in the pregame. We couldn't overlook these Rangers on their home court. Manton fought valiantly and certainly kept the Ramblers within shouting distance in the first half, but the Ramblers blowing it open with a 24-14 third quarter margin, and they cruise to the 35-point win to keep themselves in the thick of a very tight Highland Conference race. They host Beale City on Tuesday. They've got to go to Everett on Friday. They've still got Pine River on the docket, and it's those four teams that are within a game of each other at the top of the Highland Conference. All you can do is take care of the business in front of you, and the Ramblers did that tonight.
This they did. It just felt like there was a very even game until the third quarter, when the size of McBain had finally worn down the Manton Rangers, and then they were able to impose their will the rest of the way out.
As mentioned, this is the Kelly's Pizza and Grill post-game show. Let's run down the scoring for you in this one. For the Rangers, they were led by Caleb Musselman, who finishes with a team-high 8 points. Chase Herndon comes off the bench with 7 in that final quarter. Reese Traxler knocked down a couple of triples for 6 points, as did McCoy Hicks. They also get 6 out of Jackson Solani. Meanwhile, Jackson Schaub, who ran the point so effectively all night, he finishes with 4. Spencer Wold knocked down a 3 before fouling out of this game. He finishes with 3, and they get a free throw each from Spencer Bartlett and Corbin Sherman to round out the scoring for the Rangers, who finished 5 of 11 from the charity stripe. Meanwhile, the Ramblers, paced by the super sophomore Clayton Hooker, who goes for a game-high 25, getting 11 in the opening quarter, 12 in the third quarter, as he helped stake the Ramblers to their early lead and then helped them pull away in the third. But he had some help, as the Ramblers got 19 out of senior Aiden Cucci, including 3 Welch's Building LLC triples in the third quarter. As I mentioned, that's when the Ramblers really began to pull away. No other Rambler got into double digits. They got 8 out of Ben Rodenbaugh, as well as Colton Haverkamp, who knocked down a couple of triples himself. They get 6 from Kason Pollington, both from long range in that fourth quarter. 4 from Trenton Brunick, and a bucket apiece from Thomas Maloney, Grayson Guernsey, Drew Hamilton, and Josh Rodenbaugh to round out the scoring for the Ramblers, who go 7 of 11 from the charity stripe. They knocked down 7 Welch's Building LLC triples on the night. Hawkeye, you've got some Northern Truck Service deep dive stats for us over there.
We're going to go straight down the roster, since everyone is in the book with a deep dive stat. Joshua Rodenbaugh with 1 assist. Colton Haverkamp, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. That's 2 rebounds for Drew Hamilton. We got a rebound and a putback by Grayson Guernsey. 5 rebounds, 2 steals by Trenton Brunick. 2 rebounds, 1 steal by Brent Ealing. We have 4 assists, 2 steals, 5 rebounds by Clayton Hooker. 2 assists, 2 rebounds by Aiden Cucci, and assists by both Maloney and Pollington. And Ben Rodenbaugh, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 steals, and his own little mini 2-block party. And that will bring you your Northern Truck Service deep dive into the statistics.
There you go. As mentioned, 78-43 your final here in McBain. The Ramblers stay atop the Highland Conference at 10-1. They move to 13-1 overall. Rangers fall to 2-13 on the season, as Coach Brandon Herline getting some good minutes up and down the bench tonight, but just a little too much size and a little too much experience from the Ramblers in this one. Time for some post-game awards to hand out. First up, the all-important Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City Play of the Game. And man, if we were giving this award to both teams, Hawkeye, I got a bunch from the Rangers. There were some really cool plays by Manton in this one. I know I've mentioned it many times, but that Caleb Musselman, I'm going to go look that up on Rambler Review. That Caleb Musselman layup was a cool-looking shot. But this is a McBain or NMC award, and this is why we pay you the big bucks. You've got to narrow it down. What you got?
Well, I wrote down 4 different plays. I could read them all off, and I can go cliched on that, but I'm just going to cut to the chase.
Wow.
3:23 left in the fourth quarter. On this end, Trenton Brunick comes in, steals the ball, leads the team in a fast break. Bounce pass up ahead to Thomas Maloney for the lay-in will be your Napa Auto and Truck Parts play of the game.
Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City. There you go. The Brunick steal and bounce pass break layup to Thomas Maloney is your Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City play of the game. We need to make sure we let you know how much we appreciate our broadcast partners. If we didn't have them, we couldn't do this for you, and so we sincerely appreciate them. If you get a chance to stop in and say hi to any of these businesses and individuals, please stop in and say hi. Tell them you heard them here on 107.9 CDY. Thank them for supporting McBain and NMC Sports here on CDY. They include Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, Burkholder Family Funeral Home, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City, L&J Meat Market, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, McBain Lake City Family Pharmacy, Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, Boz Design Company, Pluger Mechanical, Allen's Auto Service, McBain Hardware, Huttinga Electric, McLean Transmission, Northern Truck Service, McBain Public Schools, and Welch Building LLC. And that leaves us with the most exciting 15 seconds in all of sports broadcasting nationwide. You've waited patiently with bated breath, and frankly, tonight, this is a tough decision. This is not a chalk easy, I'm just going to go with, the obvious one type of choice tonight, Hawkeye. You've got yourself a tight one here because there are a couple different possibilities for the coveted, and I do mean coveted, Hawkeye Player of the Game, presented to you by Boz Design Company. Our winner will get a gift card courtesy of Twisted Cow. Don't make the faithful wait any longer, Hawkeye. Who you got?
There's 3 that I thought raised to the top with the Aiden Kuji, Ben Ronenbach keeping everything under control and constantly being the captain and the straw that stirred the drink, and then Clayton Hooker. But I'm going to go with the obvious. I think the leading scorer, 25 points, Clayton Hooker, will be your Hawkeye Player of the Game, brought to you by Boss Design.
Unbelievable. Hawk going chalk with the Player of the Game. I just came up with that. You like that?
I do.
Clayton Hooker with a game-high 25 points to lead all scorers is your Hawkeye Player of the Game, presented by Boz Design Company. Make sure you stop in and see Senor at some point for your Twisted Cow gift card. And that is going to do it for us. For our, lovely assistant, Kathy Vanna. For our producer and engineer, Connor Hammer. For Gary Hawkeye Vanna, I'm Jay Simon. Thanks for joining us, folks. We will see you Friday night as the McBain Ramblers, girls and boys, head south to take on the Everett Wildcats in what will be a very key Highland Conference contest for both teams, starting at 5:30 with the girls, followed by around 7 by the boys, and you can only hear it right here on your home for McBain and NMC Sports. Cadillac's best mix of the 80s, 90s, 2K, and today, 107.9 CDY.
Good night, Joycelyn.
This McBain Rambler broadcast on 107.9 CDY and stream on 107.9CDY.com has been sponsored by Kelly's Pizza and Grill, Pluger Mechanical, Northern Truck Service, McBain and LC Family Pharmacy, McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, Jared Huttinga Electric, the Wexford Missaukee Career Technical Center, McBain Hardware, Burkholder Family Funeral Home, Voss Design, Napa Auto and Truck Parts of Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City, L&J Meat Market, McBain Auto and Truck Center and Chad Allen Auto Sales, Welch Buildings, and McLean Transmission and Auto Sales. Join us next time for McBain Rambler Basketball on 107.9 CDY.